Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. It is Friday evening, at least in Germany it's evening, and what better way to start the weekend than a little solo gaming. And after I did a couple of episodes playing my Star Wars game using starships and blasters, I am now back to my Defenders of the Shadowlands Shadowdark board RPG hybrid game, so to speak. And this is my second campaign because sadly the last campaign ended in a total party kill, and we will be jumping right back into the action because we stopped the last session. That reminds me, I'm still missing a little cube here, or token, or whatever. We stopped the last session in the city of Kelmar after we have completed a delivery quest from Kamaron, and we are in the encounter phase of the round, and we were ambushed in the city streets, in the narrow alleyways of the Undercity by two cultists of Shun the Vile. And so in my session notes that I got here in my journal, it says, about to start combat with two cultists in the encounter phase, roll initiative. So this is what we will be doing. So we jump right back into the action. And and we are rolling initiative. Let me just look at the cultist's dex modifier. Oh, it is actually -1. So I'm using side-based group initiative. So my dexterity actually is +4, and they have -1. So the odds are pretty good. So I'm the blue die, and they will be the black die. Yeah, so 15 for them, 19 for me. So our heroes, they get to go first. So this is, I will stick to this abstracted combat. So if you're within the same space, basically you're in close distance, and one away it's near and two away is far. And so I think I determined last time that they were close to us because they ambushed us. So this is where we start. So we are all close, basically in melee range, but we get to act first. Okay, so Reo will act first. So he has a dagger, so he will use his dagger +5, and the cultists, they have an AC of 14. They wear chainmail underneath their robes. So I try to stab one with my dagger, and I do hit because I attack +5, and that is 4 points of damage. So cultist number 1, they have 9 hit points, only has what did I say? 4 points, 5 hit points. All right, cultist 1. All right, so Reo, I duck and I thrust my dagger in between his chainmail links and draw blood. So this is a close quarters combat. So Elenora, she will also use her dagger with +4 and 1d4 points of damage. And she will be attacking the same cultist. Oh, but she misses. She rolled a 4. So let's get over here. So we are both attacking this cultist, and but he manages to what kind of weapons? I think they got long swords. Let me see. So he manages to parry her blow with his long sword, And now it's the cultist's turn. So the first cultist, he will counterattack and attack Elenora. And let's see, he will use his death touch spell. And I looked it up, or thankfully one friend of the channel in the comments pointed me in the right direction in the rule book, so I finally figured out that the monsters, they use the same casting rolls as PCs, so they can also lose spells. So it is a +2 wisdom, a DC 12 spell, so he tries to grab Elenora with a death touch. Ooh. And he does grab her, or he succeeds, but thankfully he deals only 2 points of damage. So Elenora, she's got 10 hit points, and now she's got 8 hit points. Phew, lucky me. But that was only the first cultist. Ugh. So he grabs Elenora and sucks or drains the life energy out of her. And now it's the other cultist's turn, and they focus also on one opponent. So he also summons the powers granted to him by Shun the Vile. And 11 plus 2, that is 13. That is successful. It's the DC 12 spell, and for 3 points of damage. So Elenora, oh, I just figured that I actually wanted to use the damage conversion rules from Scarlet Heroes, but I don't know. I'm not going to do this. Maybe I will regret it later, but or should I use this? Because I'm only playing with 2 heroes. So actually I wanted to dial down incoming damage. So I forgot for this combat, so I will do it in the next, but this combat I will use the damage as rolled because I forgot. But if I'm lucky, I survive, because now it is our turn again, and we got 1 wounded cultist. We are all like in close quarters, like wrestling, basically struggling is the better word, struggling in the narrow alleyway of the Undercity, as Reo, once again use my dagger and thrust it into the body of the wounded cultist. And if I'm lucky, I can take him out. So that is a 9 plus 5. That is exactly the 14 that I need for 4 points of damage. So I'm not lucky. He's standing with 1 point. But that's the way it is. So that was this cultist here, and he suffered 8 points of damage. The first cultist. So let's take this one right here. 8 points of damage, so 9. He's got 1 hit point left. So now Elenora can finish him off if she hits with her dagger as well. But she misses. She rolls a 3. Okay, cultist's turn. So this cultist, he's wounded. He's bleeding from a gashing wound. Maybe an artery was punctured. So he uses his hand to put pressure on the wound, but the blood is flowing through his fingers, and he knows that it's over for him. But in a last desperate attempt, he once again casts Death Touch versus or against Elenora. Shun will avenge me, he goes. and he rolls a natural 1. So that would be a spell mishap, but I'm not bothering with those for NPCs, especially not for NPCs with 1 hit point. So this, he loses also his spell because he's too weak. But the other cultist goes, I will avenge you, brother, and also tries Death Touch on Elenora. Oh, yes, 16, 3 points of damage. So Elenora is at 2 hit points. So she can feel the life force getting sucked out of her her body, but now it's our turn again. Let's start with Elenora this time. She wants to retaliate against the wounded cultist. And she rolls a 19 for 3 points of damage. So she finishes off this cultist. So she started. So now it is Rio's turn. I shift slightly to attack with my dagger the other cultist. And they're immune to moral rolls, so no moral. Yes, I hit, but only for 2 points. So this cultist is at 7. So that was us, both of us. Now the cultist. Well, he has seen that Elenora has already taken damage because he sees or feels the effectiveness of the spell. So now he really tries to finish her off. So if the spell fires off, she will be down because she only has got 2 hit points left. Oh, 17. So she goes to 0. But at the moment, I'm not that worried because I can stabilize her. Depends on what her death counter says. Damn, but if I roll a 1... Oh, but she's got her constitution modifier of +2 also. So I got some wiggle room here to try to stabilize her. So let's see. Yeah, that was the cultist. Now it is our turn. There's only Reo left standing. He goes, no, Elenora, you will pay for that. And uses his dagger that he has mastered. And he rolls an 18, but sadly, let's see the camera rolling. Yeah, he sucks at damage, only 2 points of damage. So that he's at 5 HP. Ha! Now the cultist goes, oh no, wait. Now it is Eleonora's turn. Or it would be Eleonora's turn. Now we determine her death counter. So it is 1d4 plus constitution. Oh, it is 4 rounds. Death counter. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how many times I have looked this up, but I think she can roll on her turn if she stabilizes on her own. But I'm not sure if it's also the first turn when you roll for the death. Okay. So let's see, a character is dying. Yes, a dying character rolls on their turn. Okay, so it's her turn and she rolls. And she dies in that many rounds unless healed or stabilized. And now on each of the character's subsequent turns, that player rolls a natural 20. Rolls a d20. On a natural 20, the character rises with 1 hit point. Okay, so she rolled on her turn the death timer, and now on each of her subsequent turns she rolls a d20. Okay, so this is how I'm running with it. Okay, so let's put a marker in here, a card. Okay. So, yeah. So, death timer. So, Reo attacked. And she rolled her death timer. And now it is the cultist's turn again. And he, at 5 hit points, again tries to cast Death Touch +2. And he succeeds and deals 5 points of damage. But gladly, I have 10 hit points, so I'm at 5. Damn. Whew. Alright, so Reo, dagger. Come on, Reo. And then Elenora rolls her first death timer d20 roll. Reo, come on. Yes, natural 20. So 4 points. I can double that or roll it again. 4 plus 2, that is 6, plus 1 for my mastery, that is 7 points. And he only has 5 points left. So he goes down. Lucky me. All right, now Elenora, because this turn I already acted, I can try to stabilize her. Now she rolls her d20. I need a natural 20. Elenora, come! Sadly, I don't have any healing potions. And look at this. Natural 20. So that was her first death timer roll, and she stabilizes and with 1 hit point. So she regenerates because it was not really physical wound damage, it was like spell damage. So she has a tough constitution and regenerates and gets up. And Reo, I assist her, I help her up. Come, Elenora. I'm glad that you're all right. I'm still weak. Yeah, we can rest now. But first, let's check these bodies. So do they have anything? 50 chance, 4, 5, 6 on a d6. No treasure. Because, yeah, wandering monster kind of type. Okay, but now that was the encounter phase. We go into the resting phase, which is good because we are in a town, so we need to pay for, or we can pay for a meal, but we don't have to worry about encounters during the night. So we will, of course, have a meal. It is 5 silver per character, so 1 gold for 2 meals. And 1 gold per character for a room. So we need 3 gold, but that's all right. We got pool gold. And let me just check this real quick here. It's been a while since I've played this. Boop, boop, boop. Resting phase in a city. 1 gold piece per character for a nice tavern room. And also 5 silver pieces per character in a city instead of consuming a ration. Yeah, so 3 gold. Our pool gold is 16, so now it is 13. 2 gold to sleep and 1 gold, 5 silver each to eat. So we make it into a nice cozy tavern. Have a nice meal. Oh, and everybody gets 1 XP because I'm playing hunter mode and they were level 2 enemies. So I get half their XP, half their level rounded down in XP. So Reo and Elenora are both at 6 XP out of the 10 they need to level up. So if we complete another quest, everyone would gain 4 and we could level up. So, but now, thankfully, we are completely rested, meaning we are back to full hit points. 10 and 10. Okay, so we wake up the next day and we go into the movement phase. And we have our quest location here. And we can move 4 hexes on foot. So we can actually reach the quest location where we will encounter, in the encounter phase, a goblin camp with 6 goblins. Because we need to kill them, and then afterwards we can retrieve a family heirloom that we need to deliver to Kamaron. Okay, so 6 goblins. But movement first. So we will move. We will not spend another day in the city. We feel confident. What 6 goblins? We are 2. So here I definitely need to use the damage conversion rules from Scarlet Heroes, because this is scaled actually for 4 PCs, but I don't want to play with 4 if I play solo. So yeah, we move 1, 2, 3 squares, hexes, excuse me. So we have a nice breakfast in the inn, and then we get our gear together, adjust our armor, sharpen our weapons, and then we head out into the wilderness, the movement phase. All right, now the action phase. I don't want to do reconnaissance, or I don't need to, because I will in the encounter phase definitely encounter the goblins, but it couldn't, or it shouldn't help if we inspire confidence, or lift morale is it called. Let me check the actions here real quick. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played this. Wilderness actions. So forage for food and water. Yeah, this is always good. This is what Elenora will do. And then we will, Reo tries to lift morale by telling some jokes and limericks. And if I'm successful, we will both get a luck token. All right, so, but first, forage for food and water. We're in the grassland, so it's a DC 12. And because Eleonora's got the ranger background, she rolls with advantage. DC 12. Oh, and it is intelligence or wisdom. I can choose. And I am choosing wisdom. DC 12. Yes, I rolled a 16, thankfully. So we foraged, and I had this forage token here. Forage, yes. So we each get 1 ration. We will lose 1 ration, but we don't need to take our supplies. And Reo, he is trying to lift morale. His background doesn't do him any good, and I don't have a bonus on charisma. It's a charisma, but still try to be funny, make some uplifting remarks, tell some jokes. Let's see. No, it's a 2. So Eleonora goes, please, you have told me that joke so many times I can't hear it anymore, and it's not even funny. Okay. So that was the action phase. Now we go into the encounter phase, and I don't roll because I'm at the quest hex. So in the encounter phase, we will encounter the quest encounter, which is a small goblin camp. So let's say we approach from a distance and we spot the goblins at their camp at a far distance. All right, so let me get the goblins out. Humanoid monsters. Here they should go in here. Yeah, I can already see a couple. So there's our 6 goblins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so these 6 goblins. You know what I'm thinking right now? Actually, I will not use stands, as a matter of fact, because since I'm just using abstract distances and you're looking basically from the top, I can just use them like this and it wouldn't really make a difference. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we approach, so within the same area, they're close, they're near, they're far. So we sneak up on the goblin camp. This is of course just all for fluff, and we spot a couple of crude tents, and there's a campfire burning, and one of the goblins, so we can't really see it, but looks like he's got something in his hand to play with. That is of course the heirloom, that he's happy that he's got it. So let's get the goblin's stats out. So, you know what? I will just use my journal and put those stats up here. Goblin. So what do we need? We need AC, we need HP, we need attack and damage, and let's see if they got anything special. So let's take a look at the monsters. Goblin here. They can't be surprised because they have keen senses. Yeah, we don't want to surprise them. So we sneak up on them, but they immediately notice us. So they're short, hairless humanoids with green skin and pointy ears. AC 11, 5 HP, and they got short bows far and clubs. So yeah, and dexterity +1. Okay, so HP AC 11 and HP 5, and they have either +1, a D4, that is a short bow, or +0, or +0 D4. And we got 6 of them: G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, and G6. Okay. Yeah, so we sneak up on them, or try to sneak up on them, and they immediately see us and they scream, "Intruders!" And we roll initiative. So they got +1. They will be black, I will be blue. I got +3. No, +4 actually, Elenora. And we also have bows. So this could actually be there. I said I'm blue and they're black, right? So 2 to 11. So they got the drop on us actually. So side-based initiative. Okay, so this can get ugly. But like I said, I will be using now the damage conversion rules of Scarlet Heroes. So the goblins, they go first. And the first goblin, intruder! So we are far away, but their short bows got a reach of far. So they knock an arrow, +1, and 3 will shoot at Elenora and 3 will shoot at me. So first at Elenora. It's a 14. Thankfully her AC is 15 because she's got Dex +4 and leather armor. So that barely misses. So she dodges. Second goblin at Elenora. Right, so the first goblin, he missed. The second goblin missed. And the third goblin. So those little tiny arrows are coming flying towards us. Ooh, ooh, that is a 14. That hits. No. 15. I said 15. Ha! But it would be maximum damage, however converted, but still. So all three goblins that shoot at Elenora miss. But now the next three, they shoot at me. First one misses, rolls a 6. And I'm hard to hit because I got my +1 chainmail armor. Second one shooting at me. Ooh, that hits 18. 3, which is converted to 1 point. And so I am at 9 HP. Elenora is still at 10. And I'm not sure yet if this is too easy with this damage conversion rules. I gotta find the balance here. Okay, so yeah, that was the 5th goblin, yeah. And now the last one. Shooting at me. He misses. Rolls a 10. Alright, now it is our turn. So if they can shoot, we can too, because we also have bows. Elenora has even mastered her longbow. So this actually suits her. So she gets her longbow off her back and assumes a kneeling stance and pulls back the bowstring. And kills one right away. 7 damage, rolls a 12 plus 6. So she aims a slight ballistic angle. And the goblin, he stares in shock. He is paralyzed because he sees this arrow flying towards him, and he is too paralyzed to move as this arrow hits him straight in the eye, like in an angle. And one goblin is down. That was Elenora. Okay. Now it is my turn. Reo. I also have a longbow. Not mastered, but I still got +4 because I got 3 decks and I rolled +1 melee and ranged attacks for my starting talent. But I only do the 8, so no bonus, +4, but still I only need an 11. And I roll an 11 on the spot and 5 points, which is exactly enough to kill another goblin. Alright. Okay. So now the goblin's turn. 2 of them are dead. But there's still 4 left. And they also... so we stay at the distance. Why not? I mean, it's better for us. It's better for them. But it's more better for us than for them. But they are also better in ranged. So these 2, they shoot at Elenora. Oh, it's a 10. No, it's an 11. So it's a miss. And the second goblin shooting at her. Also a miss. Rolls a 9. So those 2 miss. And the other 2 shoot at me. A 4. They suck. And the last one. Uh, 13, 14, no, because I got AC 17. So they all miss. Now it's our turn again. This time Reo goes first, targeting one of his goblins. The longbow arrow flies. And look at this. Rolled a 17, 5 points. Exactly what I need. So another goblin is down. And now Elenora. Elenora. She is also attacking. Oh, look at this. Natural 20. Critical hit. Rolled a 6. Just for fluff. Doesn't matter. I'm already at 7 damage. So, yeah, she has found the right distance now. She's got it all under control. That was us. Another goblin gone. Only 2 goblins left. And one shoots at Elenora. This one, he starts shooting at Elenora. Oh, what did I roll here? But doesn't matter, it's only an 8, so nothing. And the other one shooting at me. An 8. No. They suck. Alright, our turn again. Reo this time goes first again. An 8 plus 4, that is 12. That is more than I need because they got 11. And 6 points is also more than the 5 HP they got. So another goblin bites the dust. And now Elenora will finish her goblin off. With a 12. Yes, and because she's got the +1, no, not +1, she's got the longbow as her weapon mastery weapon. She gets +1 damage, so that is exactly 5. So she also kills the last goblin. So that was actually pretty easy. Okay. Wasn't actually that hard, she goes. Those little buggers, they should have never tried to get us in an archery duel. Yeah, with their tiny puny bows. But let's not get overconfident. Let's get over there and get the heirloom. Okay, so we get the heirloom. Let's see if the goblins also have treasure. 4, 5, 6. No treasure. Even though it's a goblin camp, they only have worthless junk and rotten food and nothing that we could use. Alright, so that was the encounter phase. So now we enter the resting phase. Reo is at 9 HP, Elenora at 10. In the resting phase, we need to consume a ration, but thankfully we have foraged. So that means we don't need our to use our rations. We just use those foraged rations. So we build a little campfire, and actually we make camp. There's also like a campfire going in the camp. So we just use the goblin camp to make camp, consume a ration, or barbecue one on the campfire. And yeah, and we're in the wilderness. Let's see if we, even though we're using this camp, let's see if it's safe. So it's a DC 10 plus danger level. Danger level is 1 wisdom check to find a secure campsite. So wisdom, Eleanor's got +2, and because she's a ranger, she uses advantage. And yes, she rolls a 17, so this is a safe rest. So no encounter, meaning we use the foraged rations and we regenerate our HP. So we start the next morning, the movement phase, with full HP, and we got the heirloom and we need to deliver it to Kamaron. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. By the end of the day, so we make haste, and by the end of the day, so this one is done. As the sun is about to set, we reach Kamaron. That means we now go into the action phase of the round, but now we do have the city actions available because we're in the city. And the first thing we do, and this does not count as an action, maybe I should have put this more clearer in the rules, is we hand in our quest. Our quest of delivering the heirloom. So that means every quest awards 4 XP to every character in the party individually, and it was quest number 5, which means I will pay the sum of 120 gold pieces upon return. So yeah, that's great, meaning 120 gold pieces pool gold, so we are at 133. And we each get 4 XP, so we are at 10 XP, meaning we can level up. And we will do this after the resting phase. Okay, action phase. And we will level up to level 2 then. But first action phase. So what do we do in the town? We got money. So money is not a problem. Let's see, what was a master crafted weapon worth? City actions. A master crafted melee weapon, any kind, 100 gold pieces. So, so far we have silvered weapons. We have a silver dagger and longsword, but not master crafted weapons. Master crafted armor is too expensive, costs plus 200 gold pieces to the buying price. And here, it says for the price of 50 gold pieces, you can buy a horse. What I don't know is that I can't ride, but so that might come into play. But I think for 100 gold pieces, it would actually be better if Elenora got a master crafted longsword, a masterwork longsword. The thing is, though, that this one then would not be silvered. So she would have a normal master crafted longsword and a non-master crafted silvered longsword. So that would enhance her melee prowess a little. So I think this is what I will be doing. So action phase, everybody can take an action. Elenora, she will go to the vendor, to one of the market stalls. Oh no, to a blacksmith. And she'll make a deal with him that he crafts her a very fine masterwork weapon, custom made for her. So yeah, that's 100 gold pieces gone, but that's all right. So pool gold, 100 gold pieces gone, so we are back to 33. And so because this is not an RPG but a board game, she can immediately get the Masterwork Longsword. Luckily I also got enough slots, so I put down MWK Longsword. That's the... Alright, so... And M Longsword grants +1, so that is +2. And let me, I think it was also damage or attack. Let's see. +1 attack and damage, but it's not a magical weapon, so it does not overcome damage resistances versus non-magical weapons. Okay. So longsword +2, d8 +1. But she will keep her other longsword as well because she's got slots left, and this one is silvered. Just think of the Witcher, who also has special weapons for special monsters. So if we encounter a monster needing a silver weapon, she will take that. And now Reo has got his action left. So we got 33 gold pieces. And damn, I took grit dex, not strength. Otherwise I could. You know what? I'm just trying again to lift some purses. DC 12 dex check with advantage because Thieves Guild background. DC 12 dex check. Yeah, 14 and 15. So that is 2d6 gold that I gather. Oh, 10 gold. So we can really get a nice room and a nice meal. 10 gold. We're at 43. All right, that was the action phase. Now the encounter phase. Let's see what happens. City encounters. 7. What is 7? City encounters 7. City encounters number 7. Ugh. All right. 2 thugs are roughing up a commoner in a side alley. You can choose to come to the commoner's aid. If you do, succeed at a DC 12 strength or charisma check to intimidate the thugs or face a fight. The thugs have 8 HP each. Alright, so of course we can't let a couple of thugs rough up a commoner. So we will step in. And so let's see, strength, charisma. So we will be using, Reo will be using his strength to try to intimidate them. No advantage because Thieves Guild is not really fitting. And yeah, DC 12. So he steps in and goes, "Hey you, take your damn hands off him. Or face a real fight." Please. 6 plus 2 is 8. So they actually, those 2 thugs, they do let go of the commoner who tries or who runs as fast as his legs carry him, and then they turn towards us. So who wants some? All right, and now let me get the thugs out. Undead, no. Humans, humanoid races, yeah. So, but I think I will use stance again. It's just, I don't know, it looks better. All right, so these are the ideal thug pawns. There are 2 of them. They're roughing up, or they did rough up the commoner in a side alley. Ugh. So they are near, within 1 move. All right, so who wants some, huh? And they have 8 HP each. That is what the encounter says. 8 HP. So let me get those stats out. Thugs. Thug. Here. A bruised and boorish ruffian. AC 13. Leather and shield. So no, they don't have a shield. They have leather. So that'll be AC 11 only. But instead of 4 HP, they got 8 HP. So that compensates for the missing shield. Okay, interesting. So AC and dexterity 0. Thugs. Let me get the stats. Thugs. AC 11. HP 8. And they got +1, 1d6. So actually it says they are having short swords, but I think it's more fitting if they just have clubs, like massive wooden clubs, but just for simplicity's sake, they also deal 1d4 damage. Yeah, and that's the thugs. And dexterity 0. So let's see who goes first. Huh. And I'm still on the fence because I think with the damage reduction, actually it is not dangerous enough, because I'm playing 2 fighters. I gave myself maximum starting HP, so I already used my heroic character option that is in the book. So, and they're not sidekicks, so I think I gotta make a ruling now and stick with it. I will go with damage as written, so no conversion. And if I bite the dust, well, that's it. But looking at the time, I'm almost at an hour. The hell with it. We'll do this encounter. All right, so I'm blue this time. They're black. I'm always blue when we roll initiative. I'm pretty confident that yeah, 16-7. So we go first. So it'll be Reo and Elenora, and then Thug 1 and Thug 2. And they got 8 HP. So they turn around, or they turn towards us, and they go, ha! Who wants some? And I just go, try me. And fast as a cat, I lunge forward with my dagger drawn, that I have mastered, and stab him. 9 plus 5, that is 14. That is enough for 5 points of damage. Ugh. All right, so they got 8. So now this guy has got he's at 3. Ugh. And now Elenora, she's cocky. She gets out her masterwork longsword and goes, let's get some practice in with this weapon. And also lunges forward at the other thug and uses her master-crafted longsword, which deals d8 plus 1, and she takes plus 2 versus 11. Ooh. 12, yes, for 3 points of damage. So this guy is at 5. Ugh. And now it's the thug's turn. So she drew blood. So this guy first with his club, trying to smack me in the head. Reo. Oh, natural 1. he fumbles and almost loses his club, but only almost. And the other one tries to smack Elenora. Ugh. Of course, I know that one natural 20 could totally ruin my day here, but it's a dice game. Oh, it's a 14, which is +1, a 15, which is a hit for 5 points. So this takes her actually to, so the first one missed and the other one hit. This takes Elenora to 5 HP. Ugh. So he smacks her. Bam. All right, now our turn. Okay, so let's see. Reo is attacking his thug at 3 HP with his dagger. Ugh. Oh, 6 plus 5, because he's got dagger plus 5 is 11, and that is exactly what he needs, but sadly only 2 points of damage. So he's still standing with 1 point. This thug right here. So, yeah, I don't want to, like, actually now she would attack him to finish him off because there are no opportunity attacks and we are all close. But I don't know. I know I will regret it, but this is too much, I don't know, playing the mechanics. Because like in the fiction, they're each engaged in their own melee now. So Elenora will stick with her thug and yeah, and once again try her longsword, her master-crafted longsword. She needs to get some practice in. And yes, she rolls a 10 plus 2, that is 12 for 6 points, and her thug only has 5 HP. So even without playing the system, her thug goes down. And now it's actually moral check time. Now it's the thug's turn, and he is outnumbered. They just lost half their number, and he's also at 1 hit point. So I'm just saying there will be no moral check. He will just flee, and of course we let him because we're not cold-blooded killers. They learned their lesson. And Elenora is at 5 hit points, but that's alright because that was the encounter phase. And now we get into the resting phase. So again, we pay 3 gold. I'm not rolling for money, for treasure. I say they don't have any. So we're at 40. And we rest. We have a successful rest. And now we level up. So our XP reset to 0. Now we need 20. We are now level 2. Let's do Reo first. Level 2. So he's a fighter, so they got a d8 hit die. So let's roll. And I do not get con. I only get it first level. So give me a good roll. However, I did start with maximum hit points as first level. So Reo, he's got, oh, look at this, an 8, 18 HP. So I'm a tank. I got +1 magic, chain armor, 18 HP. So now I can take on the world. And now I got half my level also to my weapon mastery rolls, meaning damage goes up to +2 for my dagger because I got the dagger mastered, and attack also. So that is 2 and that is 5, and no, I got dexterity 3, mastery 4. Why do I have dagger at 5? Doesn't make any sense. So I start dexterity. Because I got melee and ranged attack as a talent. Okay. Yeah, so now it does make sense. So I got 4 and 2 for weapon mastery at level 2, so I'm at +6. Yeah, okay. Just needed to get the numbers right. So +6, d4 +2, so that's all that happens, leveling up on an even level. But, I mean, I got 8 hit points and 1 +1 damage +1 attack with my mastered weapon. I think I'm pretty good. And I now need 20 XP to level up. And now Elenora, she rolls her hit die first. She's also a fighter, so also d8. She's almost as lucky. She rolls a 7, but still pretty good rolls. So 17 HP. And the same thing, she gets +1 to her mastered weapons, which is, she also got, but she's got +1 ranged attacks because her far-seeing ancestry ability. So that is 4, far-seeing 5, and then mastery 6 and level, so longbow +7, yeah. +7, because she has mastered the longbow, because she's the ranger, and d8 +2. And everything else stays as it is. Yeah, alright, so that was the level up pretty quick. Oh, and I gotta adjust her level to 2 as well. Yeah, alright, so time flies when you're having fun. So yeah, we are level 2 now. And yeah, from now on I will be using damage as rolled, no conversion. I mean, I think my characters are actually tough enough, and if not, that's it. And yeah, I'm already over an hour, so I think I will end this session here in Kamaron. After we have completed the quest, we have rested, so we can start the next session fresh with the movement phase in Kamaron. Let me adjust my quest log here, or update, not adjust, update my quest log. So we don't have any quests right now. Yeah, we got, everybody now is back to 0 XP, reset. And I think this can basically conclude this session. Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you like this session, please do consider subscribing, and also for the algorithm, please like the video, comment if you want. And if you want to play this nice game called Defenders of the Shadowlands, you can pick it up on DriveThruRPG. You will find the link in the description, and I got a Black Week sale going on. It'll be 30% off, and you can play it even with a free quick start set. You don't necessarily need the complete Shadowdark rules. You might have to substitute some monsters, because not all monsters are in the quick start guide, but you should be able to play it. So if you want to check that out, but you don't have Shadowdark yet, just use the free quick start. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. As always, stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.